guys, I'm here with week 45 in my 2020 Project Life album, which I will be working on well into 2021, I think, because of all of the catch-up that I'm doing. And I'm working with the January kits from Kitaholic. So I've got some really pretty photos here with lots of pinks and blues in them. I love that flower photo and the cupcakes and all of that business. So this kit was kind of perfect because it's also got some lovely pinks and blues. I'm obsessed with this floral. I'm so in love with it, and I really want to make it a feature of this page. And then obviously a lot of the other papers go in with it because it's such a lovely kind of curation of papers that goes into these kits. So yeah, I want to make that my title card, and then I want to use it again over here on the right. And I don't want to do heaps to those cards because I want that floral to just be beautiful on its own. Then I've got this other card here that, well, it's one of the papers that says you are one of a kind. And I thought that that would be perfect for those cute selfies that Artie and Katie took. And you can sort of, I've cut it so that you can, well, I've got the paper and the photos so that you can actually see that phrase along the bottom. So I really like that. Now I'm going through and just making sure I have got space for my journaling before I go in and add any more decorative cards, because I want to do a fair bit of journaling this week, and I want to make sure that I sort of stake out that real estate, as it were, and then I can add in the other things so that everything fits. So these gorgeous Vicky Bruton stickers came along with the kit as well. They're a really nice cardstock sticker, and they've got these pretty hearts in them, which I thought matched nicely with the florals and kind of emphasised the colours and added a little bit of gold, and I thought they were really pretty. So I'm going to make those a repeated element on my filler cards, and I've just taken them away and done some stitching on them. This is just a back stitch. It's very simple, and I just wanted to give them a little bit of extra something, and I thought that a bit of stitching would be fun. Now I have these dies as well. These are from Lawn Fawn, I think, and I wanted to use those to help me make a little feature of some of these sequins that also came in the kit. I think they're really pretty, and I mean, there are all kinds of things you can do with sequins, but I wanted to make them a little repeated element on my journaling cards. Now I'm only going to use them a little bit, but I want that little bit to be really distinct. So that's what I'm doing here. I've got my little Sizzix here on my table, which is my die cutting machine. I'm going to use those dies that I showed you a second ago and cut out some hearts. I'm doing some extras while I'm at it, because while you have the machine out, it always helps to kind of, you know, make a few extra, because you never know when you're going to want to use them, especially when it's something really simple like a heart. So I'm cutting a bunch while I have my machine out, and now I'm taking the hearts and I'm going to lay them at the top of each of these journaling cards, and I'm going to pair each one with a sequin like this. So I'm going to go and do that for each of them, and I'm selecting sequins that match the papers. I've chosen some of the lighter colours that are in the kit, so I'm choosing like light silver and sort of pearl coloured, and then a kind of light bluish green colour to go with them all. And this is what I'm going to do with them. So I've just changed my camera angle a little bit because there was no way you were going to be able to see it if I did it top down. So this is me kind of trying to make this a bit more visible. So I've got the heart and I've got some embroidery floss, and I'm going to split my embroidery floss down because it's multi-stranded, and I think I'm working with 3 strands here, and I'm going to thread that onto my needle. The next thing that I'm going to do is grab a piercing tool, and you can see that I'm working on a little foam mat here, which makes it really easy to get the piercing tool through the paper. So I'm just going to place one hole right in the center of that heart, and it's also going to go through the white card behind it. Then I'm going to take my needle, I'm going to bring it up from behind and make a French knot, which will then hold the sequin in place when I layer it over the top of the heart. So it's just a simple layered element, which I think looks really pretty, especially when it's repeated. So I'm going to get some washi tape and just tape the tail of my thread down to the back. I'm doing this in, I haven't sped this up, so hopefully it makes it nice and clear as you watch. So then to create your French knot, you want to make sure you've put your sequin on first, because that's got to be on top of the sequin to hold it there in place. So what you do is you take your needle and then you wrap the thread itself around your needle. I'm doing it 3 times because that makes a nice plump little knot, and I know that then it won't pull through the hole in the sequin. You can do 2, but I think 3 looks nice. And then you push it back down through the same hole, like so. And then the loop actually holds that little knot in place. So it's a lovely textured element that is both functional and pretty. So I really, really love that. So I'm just going to lift the washi tape that I used to secure the thread, and then just secure the other end there as well, and trim it off. So that's really fun. And the thing that gave me the idea for that was the fact that I already had my needle and thread out from doing the back stitching around the other hearts. So I thought, oh, well, this is sitting right here. Why don't I do this? And I really, really like that. I think it's super cute. And now I'm going to repeat that for each of the other hearts. I love doing this with journaling cards, especially when I'm doing a lot of journaling. I think it really helps add cohesion to the page, and just that repeated element is fun. And you can sort of vary it a little bit with color and things like that, but if you keep the basic elements the same, I really like that look. It's unfussy and it's not too busy, but it's still pretty, and it looks like you've spent some time on it and taken some care without overdoing it. So yeah. So I've just sped this up just to show you the process. Again, obviously it's not, it's exactly the same as the first time I showed you, and I'm just doing it for each of them. This card is one that I knew I wasn't going to use because it had the word mum on it, but it was spelt the American way. So when I get a card like that, if it's blank on the other side, I just use it as a journaling card. And that's nice and easy. So yep, just going through that process, and there they all are. And I really like them. I think they really complement the larger hearts as well, having those more hearts and also that stitched element. So now I have these beautiful alphas, these puffy alphas. I'm obsessed with them. They're so gorgeous. They've got a kind of watercolor look to them, like brush strokes as well. They're so pretty. So I'm going to use those to make my the title on my title card. But I wanted to mix it up and use a different font for the actual number. So I've grabbed these pink ones, and you'll see what happens with those in a second. But I just want to make something to stick the title onto, because that floral is busy. They wouldn't stand out very well against it if I just put them straight onto the page. But so I'm just using a bit of white cardstock and then framing it with that really pretty blue, just to give it somewhere to sit and help it stand out. So I'm just writing the word week in these ones, which came in the kit. The numbers didn't. They are an Ali Edwards one. And I chose those because they seemed like the right colour to complement the rest of the kit. But then when I tried to pull the number off, I think they didn't cut properly when they were being produced. And I tried a couple of different number 4s, and they all were the same, and they all kind of got bent and torn as I was trying to take them off the page, which is unusual for Ali Edwards products. I don't normally have issues with them. They're usually really high quality. So I don't know what was going on with that. But yeah, it didn't work. And after a couple, I just got frustrated with it and went, well, this is obviously not going to work. And I just grabbed some other pink ones, and they work fine as well. So that's what happened there. So now I'm going to adhere this onto the page. I think if I had thought about it, I would have done a bit of more stitching here, maybe to create a stitched frame around that area where I've mounted the word. But it didn't occur to me at the time, so I haven't done that. I might go back and do it, but it's fine. It doesn't necessarily need it as such. It's just kind of a repeated element that's already happening on the page, so it can be nice to continue it. So just adhered those photos of Artie and Katie there. And I want to put something on the top of them, but I haven't decided what yet. And as I was looking for something, I found this flower on the Vicky Bouton sticker sheet, and I thought that would be the perfect thing to fill in that little gap next to the word week on my title card. I was thinking about putting some stamping there, like some date stamps, but I thought it would be too heavy, so this was a nice alternative. I really like the way that looks. And instead of putting washi at the top of the photos down there, I thought I would use a phrase sticker instead, again from that same sticker sheet. And that brings that yellow down and it just, it looks cute. So I'm pretty happy with how that looks. And that's the spread. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're so inclined, and also make sure you check out Kitaholic Kits, which I'll link below. And yeah, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.